Most people think of the veterinarian as the person in the small animal hospital or maybe the horse doctor that goes out and treats our pets and companion animals. But veterinarians actually, our primary goal, no matter what your path is in veterinary medicine, is public health. It is preserving and making sure that public health is strong and good. So when we look at that and you look at veterinarians who oversee the food supply, we need a healthy food source in this country, and veterinarians are an integral part of that. And again, we look at public health. We look at the military. I was fortunate enough to be at Fort Sam Houston, where our veterinary military corps is, and what they do around the world, and in the Army, they show up before the troops do to ensure that there's a quality food source and supply and water supply, and if not, they have to make sure that that's brought in. So on all these bases, we serve the public not only by taking care of their pets, but by advancing health.
I had an opportunity a couple of years ago to work on a video for the AVMA with a young veterinarian. She had just graduated a year or two ahead of time, Shannon Mazanowski, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. And I'm just fascinated because I keep getting updates from her that she's in Liberia and she's working on Ebola. So I think most people wouldn't think that a veterinarian would be involved in that level of public health. How does that work?
Well, I just happened to be at Kansas State University yesterday and speaking to a group, and it was actually, there's a U.S.-China consortium that is helping to educate Chinese veterinarians, and it's actually students. There are 16 now, but in the course of that discussion, they brought up the importance of veterinarians, and a DVM, a veterinary student, PhD, who is in her final year, was drafted by CDC to go to Africa along with another veterinarian because their knowledge was so great on how to deal with viruses, virology, and set up hospitals. And so the background that a veterinarian has is unique to any other profession in the world. We understand viruses, we understand bacteria, and in today's world, 80% of the emerging diseases are what we call zoonotic, or meaning both people and animals can get them. So having a veterinarian on the forefront is critical to controlling and watching out for these diseases.
One of the things I almost have to laugh, it was in the midst of the Ebola outbreak, and they were interviewing a MD on NPR and talking about Ebola, and she was talking about herd health. I smiled because I had never heard human medicine refer to a population of individuals as herd health. It's something we do a lot in veterinary medicine. So it's like, I think they're picking something up from us.